Hello, glorious hearts. It is an honor and a privilege to be here with you in this space today. I'm so grateful that you're here joining me. And today I would love to speak into and share about the capacity that we have for instant simultaneous reality formation. So, how we create instant, palpable, powerful, pervasive shift, change, and transformation in our lives, in our world, in a moment. And so, first, we're going to delve into the nuance of time. So, of course, we're all in this fourth dimensional experience of reality, moving through life, dancing, playing, loving deeply. And the mind can tend to fragment itself into notions of a perceived past or a perceived future. And what we do when we do this is we divert our energy, our attention, our power, and our presence away from the present moment, which is where all change happens. So we tend to think of the future as malleable, right? Like the future, we can sculpt, we can create, it is undefined, it is unformed, it is unshaped. This is what we tend to think. Now, the past, we also tend to think is very fixed, solid, set in stone. The past has already occurred, and therefore we can't go back in time and change the past. The way that reality actually operates, so this is the holographic principle, which states in science that what happens in one place happens everywhere simultaneously throughout the infinite absolute quantum field of intelligence. And so what this means for us is the moment we shift our state of being in the present moment, we come into alignment, accord, synchrony with the truth of reality, our greatest expression, the state of being that we choose in this moment, peace, joy, love, harmony, bliss, whatever that state is, it actually penetrates into the past and the future and simultaneously changes them both at the same time. So it changes what the past had to be to get us to the state of being that we are choosing to occupy in the present moment. And it simultaneously sculpts our future. So the past and the future, as we perceive it, is actually quite malleable to who and what we are choosing to be in the present moment. And of course, the more that we choose to resonate into these more exalted states of beingness and enlightenment, the more powerfully we alter the narratives of our past and our future. So this is how, in the healing realm, people speak into, of course, we all know that we're already healed, whole, complete, and anchoring into that awareness is what actually allows the healing to take place in our experience and our embodiment. But how we can actually resolve and bring complete resolution to any and all past experiences in our lives that we wish to shift and alter and change is to choose and intentionally cultivate a new state of being in the present moment. And so this is, cultivating supreme states of being. And this is one of the most powerful direct practices that we can engage that will maximize the tapestry of our existence so swiftly and elegantly and rapidly. And it's fun. It's so fun to do this and to play in these realms. So what I would invite is to feel into, what do you wish for your life to feel like? Now, I am a Venusian creature, as many of you know, like deep, luxuriant sensuality. I love to feel into the tonal resonance of the body, sound, light, dance, light, elegant movement that allows the quintessence of spirit to organically arise and emanate through the breath, the light of self, of source, of spirit, of pure beingness. And this is just, opening our holy chalice to become effervescent emanations of light blossoming. And this is really the movement of emergent beingness. So when we lean back, we empty ourselves of our inner content, and we simply allow the light of our authentic being in nature to emerge. So we, as we've all heard the cliche before, we learn how to get out of our own way, which means we empty the mind and we come into, see, right now, as I'm transmitting, everything that I do is in the present moment. It's pure, emergent intelligence, wisdom, knowingness, a depth of pure quintessential brilliance arising from within me. Absolutely none of this is coming from my mind or my cognitive space. I mean, we can call it divine mind. This is a different intelligence. It's a more vast intelligence that transcends the human brain. And this is also proven in neuroscience. When we are in states of flow, our prefrontal cortex is completely deactivated. And so, oh, hold on one second. Let me tune into this. Our dorsolateral prefrontal cortex is completely deactivated. And what that means essentially is the typical cognitive functions of the mind: logic, analysis, self-consciousness, meaning me, myself, and my small self and I, self-consciousness, insecurity, doubt, hesitation, all of these executive decision-making, even all of these channels and activities of the brain are deactivated when we are in flow. And flow has been shown to transcend neural firing in the human brain, which shows us that it is a vast intelligence. So when I say, so divine mind and human thinking mind, that is typically very focalized in the brain region, is completely different from divine mind, which is a pervasive intelligence. It is the neural networks and neural pathways of pure intelligence, pure consciousness, and this pervades the field. So we see the pattern of genius expressing itself everywhere in nature. We see it in our DNA and our fingerprints. We see it in exotic animal coats. We see it expressing in so many gorgeous ways through luscious flowers and blooms in nature's, the blueprints, the fine artisanal details in veins of leaves. We see the design, the geometric intelligence of genius expressing itself in nature, in our being, in our body, and all that is. And it's so self-evident if we look. So these are the neural networks of divine mind that weaves its way through pure genius intelligence, that weaves its way through all life. Now, if we're in a space, so you can feel into it this way. I'm in a house right now, I'm in my home. So when I'm looking in the space, what actually takes up most of the space? It's not the physical matter. It's not the structure of the home. It is the space. And we can see this pattern expressing in nature by looking at physicality, but the actuality is that it also extends itself through the invisible spaces. It is pure intelligence. It is the architecture, the sentient architecture of reality and divine mind and pure intelligence and pure consciousness that is everywhere at once, at all times. It is the integral structure of reality, super intelligence, the self-aware field that knows itself to be one harmonic field of love and luminosity and pure, exquisite, organic flourishment. So we have this beautiful opportunity to get out of our way by getting out of the brain and getting into the body, attuning to our sensuality, feeling the quintessential threads of breath as it emerges as light. And light is information, it is intelligence. So as we create this beautiful, beautiful inner spaciousness, this light begins to emerge from our DNA. And what that does is it reveals, it's the nature of epiphany. This is how it reveals expansionary visions and epiphanies and revelations into the nature of the true self, into the conscious. Each cell contains that infinite intelligence. It is communicating with itself everywhere simultaneously, communicating with the field of your own intelligence everywhere simultaneously. So we can create instantaneous updates everywhere throughout the total field of existence with one state shift. And the more that we practice that state shift, the more pure and clarified and effervescent and illumined our reality becomes to align with the state of being and awareness and consciousness that we have chosen. So we are incredibly powerful, you know, and when people do, one of my greatest gifts is remote frequency work, because I've mastered this in my journey. In my life's experience, there have been really pressing moments when I have had to, one, create palpable transformation on a dime, and two, really overcome my environment. And so that caused me to go so deep into my being, because I knew that I had an impact, right? I knew that I was the causation of all things that were happening in my life. Everything in my world was an extension of me. In certain experience, I didn't know just how vast that power was. And this, again, is accessible in each and every one of us. There were several profound initiatory experiences in my life that revealed this to me, because my total creationary tapestry changed. It's not because I changed my circumstances, my environment, the people in it, none of that. All of the things in my circumstances, in my environment, and within the way that people were showing up to me in my life changed because I mastered this capacity. And so, you know, of course, when you're in a pressing moment, I went in and I asked my supreme intelligence, show me what to do. And my supreme intelligence showed me what to do. So I extended my energy into the all, and I began to initiate prayer sequences and ceremonial blessings, and came into a space of deep, reverent bliss and peace. Now, when we're having a moment, that can be a challenging space to bring ourselves into. So we want to, again, go beyond the mind, connect with the breath, oscillate it through the body, and really relax into our solar plexus, our sacral, and for women, our womb. This is the seat of letting go and allowing love, letting go of the content of the mind and allowing love. And so when we make a shift here, that shift happens everywhere throughout the totality, simultaneously updates and maximizes our entire creationary mosaic. Powerful, powerful beings we are. I love you all tremendously. If you're not yet with us in the Infinity Collective Global Community Haven, I invite you to join us. The link is in the description box below, and I look forward to our next soiree. I love you.